It's another massive month for new games coming to Game Pass. Let's round up 15 new titles dropping before the end of May. The hauling simulator game goes to the snow in this follow-up to Mudrunner from 2017, with over 40 vehicles to choose from to load up and face dangerous terrain. With a pretty respectable 81 on Metacritic for Xbox One, critics cite its satisfying simulation and customization, improved graphics and controls over its predecessor, and its slow-paced gameplay. With Gaming Trend writing, if Forza 4 and American Truck Simulator got drunk and hooked up one night, then Snowrunner would be the result. It's available now on Game Pass for cloud, console, and PC. The follow-up to the classic puzzle game, Peggle 2 is coming May the 20th on cloud streaming through EA Play and Game Pass Ultimate. With all new levels, new power-ups and multiplayer modes, Peggle 2 is more of a great thing and a graphical upgrade over the original game, which released on the Xbox 360. Though it didn't quite live up to the hype of the first game, it's still got a decent 77% on Metacritic, and you can now play it on your phone with xCloud. Also coming to xCloud with EA Play and Game Pass Ultimate is the latest installment in the Plants vs Zombies series. With over 20 customizable characters, a host of PvE and PvP game modes, and a wild and wacky aesthetic. Garden Warfare was actually a decent third-person shooter surprisingly, and Battle for Neighborville takes all its ingredients and improves on them. The Xbox One version scored itself a decent 76% on Metacritic when it released back in 2019. A multiplayer version of Hello Neighbour, where one player is the enemy in disguise, Secret Neighbour could have been a success, especially with games like Among Us around, but it looks like it kind of missed the mark entirely. With no official reviews for the PC release and only one review on Metacritic for Xbox at a lowly 40% and a user score of around 6, this one might see some improvement with a bigger audience on Game Pass for PC, but it doesn't sound like there's many redeeming features to this title. I do love me a good fishing game, and the catch, Carp and Coarse drops under all Game Pass platforms this week as well on May the 20th. With boss fish to catch, a huge array of tackle to choose, and some gorgeous and diverse environments, this game actually looks like it could be a lot of fun. With only one review on Metacritic, although it is an impressive 90% from the Xbox Hub, there's not much to go on, but if you enjoy a relaxing fishing experience, then it might be worth dropping a line in. Another indie game releasing day and date into Xbox Game Pass for console and PC. The Wild at Heart is a whimsical story centered around two children who escape to a fantastical land filled with magical creatures to befriend an oddball order of guardians who've lost their way. Developed by Moonlight Kids and published by Humble, this uniquely styled indie game has some gorgeously designed and painterly environments. This is one that I'll be definitely checking out on day one, so make sure you watch the podcast to hear my impressions next week, and let me know if you'll be giving this little indie game a try when it drops into Game Pass on May the 20th. Now, this one was bound to release day one onto EA Play. Knockout City is a dodgeball multiplayer title that looks kind of set to try and compete with the likes of Destruction All-Stars or even some Battle Royales. With a stylized art direction somewhat like Fortnite, it's clearly aiming at that game as a service level success, which unfortunately most just fail completely at. This game will feature crossplay and will be releasing on all platforms, including Nintendo Switch, with 3v3, 4v4 and free-for-all matches. Check it out on launch day on console and PC with EA Play and Game Pass Ultimate on May the 21st. An open world action RPG, but you play as an ever-evolving shark? What more could you possibly want? On May 25th, 2020's Maneater drops onto Game Pass for cloud, console and PC. This one looks to be a humorous take on the action RPG genre with ridiculous upgrades and brutal shark combat. With a middling 71 on Metacritic for the Xbox release, it probably didn't make it into many Game of the Year lists, but reviewers do note its lighthearted feel, addictive gameplay, fun open world and evolutions. Check it out next week wherever you get Game Pass. A survival game set in the time of the barbarians, Conan Exiles features all the usual systems of the survival genre like crafting, building and, well, surviving. But it sets itself apart from the others with one defining feature. You thought Cyberpunk did it first, but Conan Exiles has the original dong slider. With single player or multiplayer options, this one could be fun to play with friends if you do enjoy other survival games, but with games like Rust, Ark, and Valheim already so strong in this space, Conan 64 on Metacritic is probably not going to turn many heads, although it does feature some optimized for Series X and S upgrades. It will be dropping on cloud and console on May 27th. The classic OG Xbox party game comes to xCloud on May 27th as well, with over 40 mini-games to play, and even though it holds a special place in many original Xbox fans' hearts, its 70 on Metacritic makes Fuzion Frenzy a fun throwback, but nothing to get too excited about. Originally a 360 Xbox Live arcade game, available through backwards compatibility, Joyride Turbo is a fun arcade racer and a throwback to its release in 2012. Although the Metacritic score of 67 is pretty dismal, the user score is actually 8.0, which leads me to believe this could be a fun game to play with friends if you all have Game Pass. Joyride Turbo is available May 27th for xCloud. Another day one console release onto Xbox Game Pass. Although it's been on PC since 2019, Mechwarrior 5 Mercenaries is pretty much exactly what it says on the tin. With furious first-person mech combat action, massively customizable mechs, destructible environments and a huge arsenal of weapons, as well as a single-player campaign and PvE co-op action, this could be another fun co-op game to sink your teeth into with your crew in just a few days' time. It drops onto Game Pass for Xbox consoles on May 27th. The Xbox version of this title came to Game Pass not long ago, and now PC players get it too. Developed by Monomi Park, Slime Rancher is a colourful, lovely and light-hearted first-person adventure farming game. Released back in 2017 on the PC, Slime Rancher earned itself a very respectable 81 on Metacritic. If you want to just chill out, switch off and have a lovely time on the range, check out Slime Rancher on Game Pass for PC later this week. Now this one looks really cool. Solasta, Crown of the Magister drops day and date onto PC Game Pass on May 27th. A tactical turn-based strategy game in a fantasy world which is based off the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition rules. It has customizable heroes, a whole host of abilities and weaponry, and a deep RPG experience, as well as this gorgeous isometric style. This kickstarted game, which has been in early access for quite some time now, is finally getting its 1.0 release, and it's the debut game for developer Tactical Adventures. Let me know if you'll be picking this one up for PC, or if you're a Kickstarter backer, let me know your thoughts down below. I'm hoping it comes to consoles later on. And finally, apparently there are 3 of these games, but this PC exclusive RTS CRPG crossover looks really interesting. With multiple factions to choose from, including elves and dwarves, a single player or co-op campaign to enjoy, and gameplay that includes kingdom building as well as top-down RPG combat set within beautiful fantasy environments, this game looks like it could be a blast for PC players. Scoring 80 with critics and 84 with fans on Metacritic. If you enjoy either of these genres, this one will definitely be worth a shot on May 27th when it drops onto Game Pass for PC. Just before we wrap up, we do have touch controls coming to a few games. So Call of the Sea, a really good game from last year, is getting touch controls. Nier Automata, Banjo-Tooie, one of my favourite games of 2021, Narita Boy, 2 Point Hospital, Genesis Noir, and a hilarious game, Rain on Your Parade, are all getting touch controls very soon. So definitely check them out on xCloud. And if you want to pick up any of these games before May 31st, they are about to leave Game Pass, so you will get that 20% discount if you buy them before then. Definitely, I'm going to be buying Void Bastards, one of the best games from 2019, definitely. It was so much fun. There's also Broforce, Assetto Corsa, Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5, and Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue, as well as Surviving Mars. So they're all leaving on the 31st of May, so if you want any of those games to add to your collection before they leave the service, get them while you can because they will be 20% off before they leave. That is it. There's a whole bunch of games there. Let me know what games you're most excited about. I know I'll be starting the Wild at Heart as soon as I finish this video. Let me know what ones you're excited about. Will you be checking out Maneater? Will you be checking out Mechwarrior 5? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you have any ideas for future videos, love to hear your thoughts down below as well. Keep an eye out on the channel. Next Tuesday, we're going to have a live streamed special edition of the podcast. It's our 1 year anniversary, so we'd love for you to check that out as well. Until next time, peace.